And I'm very pleased and proud to be joined at this time by former St. John Sea Dogs goaltender Karel St-Laurent. Saint, welcome back to St. John. How does it feel to be here right now?
It's fun. It's nice to see the guys. We had a nice day. Met all the billets and the staff again. And there's some guys, but especially guys from out in the Maritimes that we didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to see for a long time. So it was nice to catch up, and it's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, a little bit like old home week, eh? Just being able to see some of those guys and introduce yourself to some new guys that you didn't get a chance to play with or haven't had a chance to meet.
Exactly. There's some guys that I haven't had the chance to meet. There's some current guys that were there that I met on the boat, and they're actually going to play tomorrow in the game, so they're pretty exciting about that. And you know, it's just a fun time to see everyone and to be back. It's always fun to see the fans and the billets and the staff. So it's gonna be a fun weekend for sure.
So I'm sure when you were coming into town, all the memories started to flow back of your time here. 3 seasons in a Sea Dog uniform. Run through them. What do you think stands out to you as your favorite times, your biggest memories?
Well, first of all, like definitely in 2006 when I got drafted in Charlottetown, and it was a fun memory. And then first camp, but I remember my first game. You know, I played Val-d'Or. I got a shutout. You know, that's just hard to. Those are memories I'm always gonna remember, and it's gonna be there for all the time. And then there's that win streak that we went on. I think it was 22, and it was just a fun time.
When you see other major junior teams that go on streaks like that or something comparable to that, does it bring you back to that? Do you remember how it just seemed like everything was going the team's way during that 2-month stretch?
Well, you know, it's just like, it's funny if we go back to that time, like we didn't think of that streak, like the way like Gerard was telling us and Mike, you know, it was really like it's one game at a time. So we didn't feel like we were like we knew like the record was almost there, but you know, we were just going out there and just playing the style of play that we were playing every night and just having fun, and that's how the guys got successful.
Do you think, when you look back on it, do you think coming to St. John was the right decision for you at the time?
At the time, yes, it was. Yes, it was the right decision. You know, I was a young teenager, 15 years old. I was excited. I showed up to camp, had a good camp. Went back to AAA. You know, it didn't go the way I wanted in AAA, so I had to go back to another year before going back to St. John at my 18-year-old year. You know, going back, I know, like, you know, I was mostly like backup during those years, but you know, I just loved around here. I liked the boys that we like, the group of guys that we had, and just didn't want to leave. So I was happy to stay here, and then we had like such a great organization, and they still do. Like, they do so much for the community and for the boys. So.
Now, I know I've seen you on the road a few times. Saw you in Shawinigan when the Sea Dogs were at the Memorial Cup there. And how much did you follow the team after you left?
Oh, I kept following the team. I still talk to DK a lot. I talk to my billet family. That's where I live. I've been here since Sunday. So it's my little vacations. Every summer I try to come in St. John and just get a feel of the city. You know, I'm from Montreal, so it's a 9-hour drive. It's not far, and I'm used to drive. So I just like to come here and just enjoy St. John, like, because I know like they treated me so nice that I like to come back and give back to the community, especially for that event.
So obviously, in a lot of ways, this feels like home, or at least a second home, right?
Exactly. That's why I keep coming back. You know, even though it finished on not a positive note, you know, getting released at my 20-year-old year, where I knew like the team was gonna go really far, and they ended up winning it all. But you know, I wasn't bitter about it. You know, I understood, and you know, I thought like the great memories that I spent over here, it's worth much more, and it ended up a good thing for me. And you know, I'm always going to be thankful to the Sea Dogs organization for giving me an opportunity to play.
So what's it like being back and seeing all those familiar faces again, and the new faces too?
It's fun. It's actually funny because like I met like some of the current guys, and like, guys with like good size on them, and like it just it's just fun. Like I think they're gonna have a good team defensively. From what I've heard, they're gonna be pretty solid. And then it's nice to catch up with the guys that I haven't seen, like Kirkpatrick, Macaulay, Gagne, those guys from the Maritimes. I don't get to see much, and it's gonna be fun to catch up later with them again and throughout the weekend and during the game. So I hope the fans are gonna enjoy this game because it's gonna be a lot of fun for us.
Go back to those new players for a moment and the guys that are on the current team. Some of them, of course, will be taking part in the game as well. If you had a chance to kind of sit down and have that big brother put your arm around them kind of moment with them, what would you tell them about St. John?
I would tell them to just it goes by quick, so quick. You know, it's you got to enjoy every moment of it, and you got to be thankful. You know, you got to give back to the community. Just you got to, you know, St. John is a small community, but they're really into the Sea Dogs, and you're gonna see that it's gonna be the best year. Junior hockey is the best years of your life, and just enjoy the moment, but also give it all. And like I said, it's fun we do a lot of activity and charity event in the community, and also the organization it's one of the best in the CHL. So I would just tell them to every moment they just gotta go through and enjoy it and make memories, and then in a few years they'll be here for the reunion.
Now, bring us up to date, Saint. You had a little bit of pro hockey experience after your time in the BC Junior League ended, and then now you're at McGill, and you're going to continue your career at McGill this year. Bring us up to date on what's happening with you in school.
Yeah, so in school, I'm in economics. I'm doing my major in economics, and I'm going to minor in finance, and I still have 2 years of school, but 1 year of eligibility, and there's 2 years that I lost because I played pro after junior, so I only was awarded 3 years. So, but you know, it's fun. It's a different feel. You know, with school, it's a different feel. It's a little challenging, but we've had a good team. I've had some good season, and we're gonna have another successful team this year. So I'm pretty looking forward for my last season.
Saint, welcome back to St. John. Enjoy your time here and have a great weekend with the Alumni.
Thank you, Tim.